Yo everybody, this story about what Naruto left Konoha and started dating with Haku. Let's start.
3 years ago 10 at night. A young and sobbing Naruto Uzumaki laying on his now even more dirty bed. It's covered in blood, torn up and burned. The villagers ruined him again. It's his birthday. The villagers, it's fox season. Which means it's on site for the demon brat. No matter how hard he hides, they end up finding him. And the torture began. They stabbed him, burned him, stabbed him again. Even an alcoholic beats him like Naruto is his child. What's worse, he was even being taken advantage of. No one helped him, not even the Jonin. He couldn't be helped. He had no one. He was all alone. And the Hokage did nothing about it. If he cared about him, why didn't he take him in or at least find him a better home where no one can attack him? To this day, he still don't know how the villagers knew WH lived. Doesn't matter anymore. What matters is that this hellhole isn't a place he would call home. He hates this village. He hates everyone. Let's not forget the academy, he hates them as well. Well, not all of them, specifically 4. Uchiha Sasuke, Haruno Sakura, Yamanaka Ino, and Mizuki. He hated them. Sasuke always acts cool, sees others beneath him and always calls him Adobe. Sakura is no different than the villagers except for different reasons. Every time Naruto sits by Sasuke he gets punched. Every time he insults Sasuke he gets punched. Even asked Sakura for the simplest things like a pencil, paper, time, something. Naruto didn't even get the chance to say what he wanted, he just got punched the moment he near Sakura. Same goes for Ino, except she doesn't hit Naruto but is still Sasuke's lapdog. Now Mizuki is a bigger problem to Naruto. He gives him the hardest test, frames him for the academy incidents and Iruka believes him. He even went that far to get him more than 5 times. Naruto loathes Mizuki with every bone of his body. Then he thought back to what he said to everyone. I'm going to become Hokage, so everyone can respect me. The hell he was thinking. He thinks again. There's nothing in this village for him. Naruto has been having thoughts about what's outside the village. Every day he always has thoughts about leaving village, like the Uchiha that slaughtered his clan 2 years ago. Whatever is on the other side, it can't be worse than where he's at now. He wiped his tears. Prepare for tomorrow, he said to himself before sleep takes him. The next day, Ninja Academy. Naruto entered the classroom and as he predicted, everyone gave him a look of annoyance. Although all the students aren't in the class yet, the remaining students hate guts. Naruto for once, ignored the looks he was given. Usually he'll glare at them and shout, "What are you looking at?" Instead, he just walked over to his seat and stayed. He wasn't in the mood to talk to anyone. Few of the academy students were shocked that Naruto for once didn't bother to shout at them or rant about becoming Hokage. However, the fangirls of Sasuke Uchiha took this as an insult to their Sasuke-kun. Thinking he's just being silent and cool like their Sasuke-kun. Stop trying to act like kun loser. A young girl with a green kimono, white bun hair with one bang, green eyes and a long black skirt accused Naruto. Naruto just looked at the girl and looked away. There's no point in speaking to her, anything he'll say won't reach her. So he chooses to ignore her, which pisses her off. Talking to you. Don't ignore me. Still ain't getting any attention from Naruto, getting her pissed even more. Now everyone, including the newly arrived students watching the one-sided argument with interest. Even Sasuke was interested, but didn't show it. Everyone is waiting for Naruto to burst but it's not happening. Hey you. A spiky pigtailed boy called to the girl. You're wasting your time, it's obvious he's not going to answer you. It's too early for you to cause a scene. He muttered. Troublesome. Everyone knew he was right and went back doing what they were doing. The girl looked at her lazy classmate then looked back at Naruto and shot a glare at him. This ain't over, she said, then returned to her seat. Naruto just put his head down, still wasn't giving the girl any attention. Not much later, the 2 biggest Sasuke fans entered the classroom and like always, they're fighting over who sits next to Sasuke. Forget it 5-head, I'm sitting next to Saken, said the platinum blonde, holding her pinkett rival by the head. Let me go, you pig. Like hell I'm letting you sit next to Sasuke-kun. The pinkett shouted. Again, Troublesome, muttered the lazy pineapple head. While the two girls were distracted, Sasuke quickly sat next to Naruto. Naruto was going to say something but he was shushed by Sasuke. Not a word, Sasuke said. A couple of minutes passed of the two girls fighting, but it was quickly stopped when they saw their future husband next to the loser of the academy. Hey, they shouted. Unison. WHO said you get to sit next to Sasuke-kun. The pinkett shouted and approached the blonde. Naruto sighed. I was all he got to say before he was greeted with a punch to the face by the pinkett. Move you ba. She was cut off. Everyone gasps, with the exception of Sasuke and Ino at what they saw that they have never seen before. Naruto punched Sakura. He punched his crush, if that is his crush anymore. Sakura fell back on the floor. She held her nose and felt a trail of blood coming out of her nose. Naruto was trimming with anger and glared daggers at Sakura. Then Sakura started crying and everyone looked at Naruto with shame. Just that moment, the door opened and two academy teachers rushed into the classroom and they looked worried. They heard crying and arrived to find the source of the source was Sakura. Sakura, what's wrong? What happened? The chunin with a scar across his nose asked her. Sakura pointed at Naruto, and soon some of the students pointed at Naruto. The chunin facepalm, already knowing this was going to be some bullshit. The white hair chun, a sadistic grin at the demon's misfortune. Naruto knows he's in deep shit. Elsewhere, miles away from Konoha in a cave. Two figures sitting next to a campfire panting heavy. One was a tall, gray-skinned man with a bandage wrapped around his mouth and he was holding a giant butcher's knife. He was covered in blood. Across the campfire is a raven-haired little girl with a blue kimono and brown skirt. Zabuza-sama, I should treat your wounds. She pulls out her ointment. Zabuza grunts. No need, Haku. Those sorry excuses of a shinobi couldn't do that much damage to me. Besides, we're not scot-free just yet. Haku looked outside. Where do we go next, Zabuza-sama? She asked. Zabuza sighed. Konoha. Someone's going to be on death's front yard. Haku's face faltered. She really hated to see someone die, even if she doesn't know the victim. Who hired us? She asked. Haku is used to Zabuza's assassination mission. This one gave her a bad feeling. Mizuki. Back to Konoha. Hours later, Naruto's apartment. Naruto held the ice pack over his swollen eye. After the ordeal between Naruto and Sakura, Naruto was to blame for it. The headmaster didn't care if Sakura hit him first. The headmaster grinned at the girl for putting the demon in his place. When Sakura's parents arrived at the office, Naruto didn't get the chance to explain what really happened. But the headmaster beats him to it. This brat put his hands on Y. Daughter for no reason, only he hated her pink hair and called her fivehead. Bullshit. Before Naruto calls him out on his bullshit, Blue Eyes meet Mama Bear's fist. Naruto was punched by Sakura's mother. Naruto hits his back to the wall and falls on his knee. Don't ever put your hands on my daughter again, you brat, said Sakura's mother. Naruto held his eye and just nodded. There's no point in telling her what real happened anymore. Naruto ran out of the academy and just went home. Naruto have had it. He was done with Sakura. He was done with the headmaster. He was done with the academy. Most of all, he was done with this village. The longer this village will be the death of him. He knew he would never have a happy life here. Then his stomach growled. Naruto sighed. At least a good bowl of ramen will ease my day. He left his apartment, unaware he's being watched. Meanwhile, outside of Konoha. Welp, this is the place, girl, said Zabuza. He noticed there weren't any chunin guarding the gate. Either Konoha is low on shinobi or they're arrogant in their own street. Pitiful. Zabuza-sama, something didn't seem right about the client. I don't trust him, said Haku. Their client, Mizuki, had been acting fishy since they met. He didn't give them any specific details or why he wanted the target dead. He was vague with the details and the reason, and that was a red flag. That demon shouldn't be born. He did nothing but bring evil to this village. Do us all a favor and get rid of him. That was his reason. Red flag. He's a false image of the Yondaime, the one who sacrifices himself to save this village. And mocks us, reminding us he killed him. Another red flag. Zabuza looked at Haku. This is not the time for you to go soft on me, Haku. He groans. Come on, we need to make this as quick as possible, before we're caught. Haku sighed and put her mask on. Okay. They both split up and used Shunshin. After they left, Mizuki came out of the woods, watching them. He gave a sadistic grin. The demon is going to die, and no one will suspect it's him. Yep. His plan will work. Back with Naruto. Naruto had a bad feeling. Scratch that, every day he had a bad feeling. Although the festival of the Nine Tails defeat is over, it's still fox season to the villagers and they still. It wasn't enough for him. Yet, nothing is never enough to the villagers. As he heads to his favorite restaurant, or as he calls it, his safe zone, a few glares were shot towards his direction and once they got a look at his eye they smirked. Serves. Right. One villager said. Naruto ignored it and just kept walking. Still unaware of his followers. Minutes later. Thanks Ayame-chan, Tuki-san. I needed that, Naruto said with a cheeky smile and left. When Naruto entered the small restaurant, Ayame was stunned to see Naruto W. Swollen eye and quickly aided him. Naruto told them what happened and Ayame was furious. Tuki gave a sigh of disappointment of how the headmaster can be such a b. To Naruto. As usual, Tuki gave Naruto ramen on the house, hoping to ease his day. Luckily, it did. However, not for long. As Naruto heads towards the direction to his apartment, suddenly his ankle gets caught in a rope. What the? Before he could try to take the rope off, he was dragged to alley in the red district. As he attempted to get up he felt a hand grab his shoulder and yank him down. Just where do you think you're going, demon? You think you can just roam around our village that you destroyed? You killed our friends, family, Lord Fourth. And worst of all, you mock us by appearing as the man we deem as a hero you murdered. We'll make you regret coming to this village. The mob surrounded Naruto, ready to end him and all he can do is close his eyes in fear, bracing himself for the death they'll bring him. Haku's pav. Haku jumped from rooftop to rooftop, looking at every shinobi and civilians that fit Mizuki's description. She found a blonde but this blonde was a girl and she was fighting Pinkett who had a swollen cheek over a guy who doesn't look like he gives a damn about the girls. Haku sighed. Girls like them are the reason why we kunoichi can't be taken seriously. She thought to herself. Elsewhere, Dango shop. A woman with purple hair tied to a ponytail, wearing a trench coat and fishnet shirt smirked and chuckled. What's so funny Anko-chan? Her raven-haired and red-eyed friend asked. Just thinking there may be a few kunoichis that thinks like us. Said Anko. Back to Haku. A shout of agony reached Haku's ears and made her stop her pace. She turned to the direction of the scream and was horrified at the sight of mobs beating up a boy who a bit younger than her. Then she was furious. She admittedly sprints towards the chaos, attempting to save the boy. Naruto pav. Naruto is on his knees coughing out blood. Same thing as yesterday. He was stabbed and burned again, except this time he wasn't taken advantage of. He tried to get up B. Failed. They broke his leg so he wouldn't try to run away. The mob snickered at his misfortune. Naruto gave them a pleading look. What have I done to deserve this? You say I'm a demon, you say I have killed your friends and family and you say I destroyed this villa. But I haven't done any of that. I wouldn't. Before he could finish, he was slapped to the wall. Enough of your lies, demon. You know you enjoyed it. You love making us miserable, you sick fucking demon. The man raised his pitchfork. And if Lord Third won't do any about you, then we. Suddenly, the man was cut off. Naruto, who had his eyes closed, waiting for his final moment. Until he heard a few thuds. He was too scared to open his eyes, imagining the worst. You can open your eyes now, they won't harm you anymore. He heard a soft, soothing and feminine voice. He kept his eyes closed and arms in a defensive position. The person told him that ended up backstabbing him. Literally. I promise you, I won't hurt you. The voice got closer. Naruto hesitated, then opened his eyes and got a sight of his beautiful savior. I'm Haku. What's your name? She greeted. Naruto. He replied. Naruto Uzumaki. Then he noticed the mob and widened his eyes at the sight of them lying on the ground, senbons embedded in them. You, them. Haku smiled. No, they're not dead. I only put them to sleep. They should wake up in an hour. Naruto nodded. Sleep or not, he's glad he didn't suffer the same pain as them. Why did they attack? Who would hurt a child? She glared at the mob with hatred. Because, they think I'm a demon. He said. That made Haku's eyes widened in horror. Then she looked at him closely. Blue eyes. Blonde hair. Exact replica of the yellow Flash. This is the guy they're hired to kill. He's kid. Naruto continues. They accused me of killing their friends and family. They beat me, stabbed me, even I was taken advantage of by a lady and said, if she spawns a demo infant, she'll kill both of us. Haku see that last part. I hate this, I hate everyone, I hate this village, I hate my life. I want to die, he sobbed. Haku's tears flowing. She couldn't believe how cruel this village can be. She's just like him. Those in the Mist Village with Kekkei Genkai are to be executed on sight. Demon. Not. Naruto didn't ask to be born and he wasn't harming anyone. Her thoughts went back to the client and she seethed. I knew it. I knew he was evil. He's just an ignorant bastard like all the others. Then an idea popped in her head. Benefit both Zabuza-sama and Naruto-kun. Naruto sobbed until he felt arms wrapped around him and a chin on top of his head. Haku is hugging him. You're not a demon and no one can tell you that. You are you. Naruto. Comforted by Haku's words, he hugged her back. Do I need to ask what you're doing? Both looked at who spoke. Zabuza-sama. He's the one. Haku said. Both Naruto and Zabuza looked at her confused. What the hell are you talking about? He's a kid. Did you just went from soft to twisted? Zabuza asked. Haku nodded. He fits the description. Zabuza looked at Naruto and his eyebrow twitched. He was hired to kill a kid who doesn't look like he's 10 yet. Zabuza does a lot of things, but killing kids isn't one of them, especially if there aren't shinobi yet. Then it clicked in Zabuza's head. Demon. Yondaime. Reminding us he killed him. The pieces came together. This kid is the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails. It makes sense why Mizuki wanted him dead. He's just a blind, ignorant bastard. And it didn't take him that long to guess that the villagers did a number on him and Haku stepped in and saved him. Come on Haku, we wasted our time. Wait. Zabuza-sama. Haku called. I got an interesting idea. Zabuza raised an eyebrow. Haku came to him and whispered. Naruto looks at them, curious about the conversation. What? Hell no. What makes you think I'm okay with this? Oh he does huh? Good idea. Zabuza grinned and looked at Naruto. Hey Gaki, so you want to leave this hellhole of a village don't you? Naruto nodded, not knowing where this is going. Naruto-kun, you can come with us. Haku said. You don't have to suffer anymore. Zabuza-sama will protect you. Naruto looked at Zabuza with hopeful eyes. I can come with you mister. Yeah sure. Zabuza said. Just don't expect compassion from me. Naruto smiled. Thank you mister. Then he remembered. Mister, my leg is broken. Zabuza sighed. This will take a while till his plan comes into motion. Haku, pick him up. Haku nodded and picked him up, piggyback style. Hang on Naruto. Zabuza shunshin all of them out of the village and covers their tracks with the mist. And just like that, Naruto is free to start a new life. October 9th. The council. Tomorrow is the 10th, and do you know what that means? A council member asks with venom. It means it's the demon brat's birthday and it's the festival of the Nine Tails defeat. A female council member sneered. On the other hand, they'll have a mob to torture T. Demon. But the Hokage always protects that demon instead of killing him or locking him up. He knows what he did to our beloved Yondaime yet he's protecting that thing. Aneth. Seethe. We can't keep living like everything is okay when he's still alive. He has to die, that's the only way we can live our lives in peace. Said a clan head. Besides, if he lives, grows up, and gets stronger, he'll become a threat to this village. I agree, but what about Hiruzen and the Anbu, especially Kakashi? Once they hear that brat is in danger and step in, we'll need a distraction. But who will distract them or execute that demon? One asks. That will be me. A sinister voice appeared in the room. What's your plan, Mizuki? October 10th. Hokage office. Damn it. Hiruzen Sarutobi said to himself. It's October 10th, also known as Naruto's birthday. He has been doing this since Naruto was 4 years old. Hiruzen or the ANB sticks around Naruto so the civilian wouldn't harm him. But today of all days just had to be an unexpected hour's worth of council and clan heads meetings, so Hiruzen can't protect Naruto at this moment and he was low on John Anbu as they were all on missions and Genin isn't ready to stop mobs, especially if it's their parents. But there is one Chunin he can count on. Then a knock appeared. Come in, Uruka. The Chunin entered the office. Except it wasn't Uruka. Mizuki. Where's Uruka? Asked the Sandame. Well, the academy. Detention. I'm telling you Uruka-sensei, it wasn't me. Said Naruto. Uruka grows a tick mark. Liar. Mizuki saw you starting a food fight outside. Bullshit. I wasn't even there when it happened. Exclaimed Naruto. You're calling Mizuki a liar. Mizuki never lies. You know what? 2 more hours of detention. Uruka shouted. Naruto seethed. He knew Mizuki framed him. But he can't prove it. Back to Hiruzen. The Sandame sighed. He just wishes Naruto can change his ways to gain others' attention and not get himself into trouble. Okay. Since you're here, you'll be Naruto's bod. During the festival tonight. Yes, Lord Third, you can count on me. Mizuki said with a bow, hiding his sadistic grin from him. Thanks, Mizuki. You may go now, said the Sandame, not realizing the danger he puts Naruto in. October 12th, the Hokage office, the day after Naruto's departure. Mission successful, Lord Third, said a silver-haired Anbu with a dog mask. Leave it to Konoha's copy ninja Kakashi to complete an A-rank mission. Said the Sandame. I have 1 or 2 tasks for you and the Anbu to do. Last night there was an unexpected mist in the village and Senbon's embedded in a group of civilians in an alley. Kakashi nodded. I see, we'll go investigate. Kakashi and the Anbu leave the Hokage office to investigate the suggestion. Outside, Kakashi knows a liar when he sees one, and that's what the civilians around the crime scene have been doing. But what their lie got in common is that this crime scene inv. Naruto. Some said they didn't see or hear what happened. He knows they're lying but didn't bother to investigate even further. Kakashi visits the victims in the hospital to ask what happened and can't believe the bullshit they tell him. We were just minding our business until that dem kid threw Senbons at us just for a prank. His pranks are getting out of hand. The others agree with him. Kakashi knew that was bullshit. First of all, Naruto wouldn't go that far to harm civilians for simple pranks, and the only time Naruto harms someone with a prank is unless an error in his prank. Second, Naruto knew Senbons aren't pranking material, and he's not a trained shinobi, so how the hell does Naruto know where to strike at the victims without killing them? That's Anbu's skill level and Naruto can't throw jack shit at the academy. Third of all, where the hell does he get Senbons from? Kakashi told the remaining Anbu to get Ibiki to investigate them and leave the hospital to visit the only person who'll never lie to him. Except what he found out terrified him. Naruto was nowhere to be found. Not his apartment. Not Ichiraku. Not the park. And not the Hokage monument. Kakashi looked everywhere to find him and found nothing. Then Kakashi thought of the worst thing. Did Naruto run away from the village? Hokage office. Are you sure about this, Kakashi? The Sandame asked with worry. He didn't want to think of the little boy he viewed as a grandson who ran away from the village he loved. I don't want to believe it either, but he's nowhere to be found. Even Uruka can't find him. Said Kakashi. The Sandame sighs. Fortunately, if Naruto was a shinobi he would be labeled as missing nin, so he doesn't have to fear he'll get killed. Damn it, he said to himself. Behind Kakashi, Sarutobi could have sworn he saw the ghost of a pissed off Kushina. She speaks in silence. Sarutobi didn't make out what she said but knew what she wanted. Find my baby, or I'm haunting you until you die. Present day, Land of Waves, Zabuza's hideout. Naruto, who's now older and a bit taller than his original, is training with Zabuza's subordinates, the Demon Brothers. Ever since Naruto tagged along with Zabuza and he met the Demon Brothers and their appearance frightened him and he hid behind Haku. Haku giggled, the brothers' sweat dropped and Zabuza rolled his eyes. It took for Naruto to get used to the brothers and they see Naruto as a nephew. Few months had passed and Naruto was getting used to his new life. Zabuza told Naruto that if he wants to stay with them then he'll have to be a skilled shinobi and not a liability, and Naruto agrees with the terms. Now Naruto has been training with Zabuza, Haku and the Demon Brothers for a while and gotten stronger and level-headed. He eventually passed Zabuza's expectations. Could say he's proud of him. Although he wasn't pleased with the nickname Naruto gave him. No brow sensei. Naruto wears an orange short-sleeve jacket. Under it is a jumpsuit much like Zabuza's, black arm warmers, and on top of his head is the Mist Village's Hittite, showing his loyalty to the Mist and not his birthplace. On Naruto's 11th birthday, Zabuza gave Naruto 2 specially made swords named Hanketsu, that can turn the 7 ninja swordsmen into 8 ninja swordsmen. What? The sword's special is that it's suited for wind and water users. The blade can turn into a fan, and Zabuza knew, with Naruto's amount of chakra, the Hanketsu can overpower 7 swords. That's all you got? Naruto taunted. He dodges one of the demon brothers' claw gauntlets and attempts to deliver a kick to Maizu's chest, but Maizu quickly counters it. Nice try, but don't get too cocky gaki. You still have a long way to go. Maizu grin. This battle would have been over if my gauntlet was laced with my poison. Besides, it's 2 against 1. Kame Gozu from a tree, charges at Naruto for a sneak attack with the chains. Naruto quickly jumps out of the way and throws a kunai to the chain. The kunai pierced the chain, and with the minimum speed both the chain and kunai penetrated a near tree. Naruto unsheathed his Hanketsu and blocks another sneak attack from Maizu. Maizu grinned. You're getting better, Gaki. Naruto smirks and sheaths his sword. Yeah, no brow sensei said I'm high chunin level. Soon I'll be at Jonin level. You'll get there, said Maizu, earning a nod from Gozu. Hey, said a familiar voice. It was Haku. We're needed inside. Let me guess, Gato? Asked Naruto, getting a nod from Haku. Both Naruto and the demon brothers signed. They all hated the short taken, even Zabuza. But they need money, so they'll tolerate Gato, as long as they're getting paid. Inside. What is it now, Lord Gato? Naruto said with sarcasm. Gato picks up on that and grunts. Show me some respect, you little brat. Zabuza, you better teach your brat some manners. What do you want, Gato? Asks Zabuza, trying to get to the point. Gato grunts again. That worthless old Tazuna is trying to complete that bridge. He left the island to go to Konoha to find some ninja to guard him. If he completes that bridge, then I won't have control over this pathetic island. I want you to get rid of him and those ninjas. Naruto's ears perked up when Gato mentioned Konoha. Fine. But I better have a huge paycheck after this, said Zabuza. Gozu. Maizu. Get rid of them. These lowly shinobi shouldn't be that hard. Yes, Master Zabuza, said the demon brothers, and both shunshin out the hideout and heads to Konoha. Gato and his gang left the hideout. Zabuza just sat in silence, resting his eyes, and Naruto just went to the backyard. Haku can see the look of disappointment on Naruto's, and just follows him outside. What's wrong, Naruto-kun? Haku asks, worried about her friend. Naruto sighed. It's just I've been gone for 3 years and I doubt they haven't stopped looking for me. Especially the Hokage. Haku knew where this was going. If they failed to assassinate Bridge Builder or the Konoha Nin, not only they'll kill her and Zabuza-sama, but they'll take Naruto and bring back. Dead or not, Naruto will be taken away from her. For the past 3 years, Haku got attached to Naruto and both of them formed a bond that cannot be broken. No. Won't let that happen. I don't want us to separate, Haku-chan. Naruto said in a sad tone. Haku gets closer to Naruto and lays her chin on his shoulder. Neither do I, Naruto-kun. They were inseparable. When Zabuza found out about their bond, he paired them just like the demon brothers. They were each other's precious person, and they won't let anything happen to each other. 3 hours later, Konoha the Hokage puffed his pipe. Okay, so be it. Team 7 gets a C-rank mission. Kakashi nodded. Thank you, Lord Third. My team has been craving for real missions. Mainly Sasuke. Kakashi thought about that last part. I figured. Besides, Danzo will take that as an insult if his prodigy isn't on special missions. Hiruzen looked at the prodigy. He was a pale, dull-eyed shinobi. He wears an odd black jacket with the left sleeve shorter than the right. Under it was a tank top, revealing his pale flat stomach. Black JEA, with a kunai pouch strapped around his leg and a tanto behind his back. Sasuke looks at the prodigy and snarls. As if he's any better than me, an elite Uchiha. Sasuke thought. The prodigy looked at Sasuke. Something's wrong, Dickless? He asked. Sasuke grew a tick mark. You bastard. Sasuke attempts to charge at him but is stopped by Kakashi. Don't even think about it. Kakashi warned Sasuke, receiving a growl from him. Sigh. Don't provoke him again. Yeah, and Sasuke-kun isn't dickless. Sakura shouted. So you've seen it before. Did you sneak into his house and watch him showered? Sai asks with a fake smile. Sasuke looked at Sakura with a raised eyebrow, hoping she didn't. Sakura's face turns red and turns away, not bothering to speak again. Sasuke made a mental note to rig his house. Kakashi gave the Hokage a sad and serious look. The Sandaime knew that look. We haven't found him yet, sorry. I'm worried just like you. Plus he keeps having nightma. An army of Kushina beating him to a pulp. Even in death, she still has a way to scare him. Kakashi sighed. Thanks anyway. What's the mission? Asks Kakashi, changing the subject. Sandaime puffed his pipe again and explained the mission. Outside of Konoha. The demon brothers stopped outside of Konoha. This is the place. Now let's wait for them lowly ninjas. Said Maizu. This should be easy. Said Gozu. Both brothers substitute into a puddle and wait till the ninjas and the bridge builder leave the village. Later that day with Naruto and Haku. As the gang waits for the demon brothers to come back with the bridge builder's head, Haku was in her room, keeping herself busy, not like that to pass the time. Almost done, said Haku. She was crafting. For a while, she picked up 3 hobbies on the road. Picking flowers, crafting and training with Naruto. Especially training with Naruto will make him happy. What will make who happy? Asked Naruto, behind Haku. Haku was startled and swiftly hid the craft. Nothing, Naruto-kun. Don't scare me like that, said Haku. Naruto rubs his head sheepishly. Sorry Haku-chan. I didn't mean it. But what are you crafting? He asked. Haku blushes and smiles. I wouldn't tell. It's a secret. Naruto just went with it. Okay. He smiled. Naruto knows about Haku's interests in arts and crafts and she got good at it. Whatever she's crafting, he'll eventually see it la. As Naruto exited Haku's room, he was unaware of Haku looking at him with longing eyes. Her skin gets warmer and her heart beats rapidly every time she's near him. She trained not to show emotions, but ever since Naruto tagged along and stayed with them for a while, all that emotional training threw out the window. Her thoughts were interrupted by Gato's shooting. She sighed and exited her room to see what the short taken was upset about this time. Living room. Haku sat next to Naruto. What is he going on about now? She asked. They failed to assassinate the bridge builder and his bodyguards. Naruto answered. What the fuck you mean you failed? You're supposed to be hotshot assassins. Gato exclaimed. Zabuza grunts and points his blade at Gato. Quick, you're whining. I'll go personally, and deal with them myself. Oh yeah, they'll be expecting you. They'll be ready for you, said Gato. Zabuza smirks under his mask. And just who do they think they're up against? I'm Zabuza Momochi, the demon to the hidden mist. No ninja alive would dare to fight me. Zabuza looked at Naruto and Haku. You two get your gear, you're coming with me. Yes, Zabuza-sama, said Haku, and Naruto just nodded. Before Naruto could reach his room, Haku grabbed his hand and took him to her room. What are you doing, Haku-chan? He asked in confusion, although her holding his hand made him blush a little. Haku lets go of his hand and smiles. Before we go, I wanna give you something. She got to her desk and picked up the craft she was currently working on. It's not comp yet, but I thought now it's a good time to give it to you, Naruto-kun. The craft was revealed to Naruto. It was a paintless fox hunter nin mask. Unlike Konoha, Kiri Anbu don't have animal masks. But to Haku, she doesn't care if Naruto held a demon inside him, she wants him to embrace it and Naruto accepts it. I'm sorry I didn't paint it. Do you like it? Haku asks with a blush. Naruto looks at Haku with happy yet sad eyes. Thanks Haku-chan. I love it. He hugs Haku. Her face went red. She smiled and hugged him back, not letting each other go. A minute. Hey. The fucking bridge builder isn't going to commit suicide. So hop ass. Zabuza shouted from outside. They admittedly let go of each other. Come on. Let's not piss off no brow sensei, said Naruto. Both Naruto and Haku grabbed their gear and took off with Zabuza. Zabuza gave Naruto a side glance. Naruto, you're backing me up. Then he glanced at Haku. And Haku, you stay put until things get out of hand. Got it, hi. Both Naruto and Haku said in unison. Hours later, Zabuza smiled and raised his fist up. Both Naruto and Haku stopped their pace. We're here. They nodded. Zabuza looked at the Jonin and raised his eyebrow. That expla. Why the demon brothers failed. Kakashi's the one guarding him. Naruto, that Jonin is mine. You take care of those weak genin. Naruto nodded. Got it. Naruto looks at Haku. Wish me luck. He smiled and put on the mask Haku gave him. Haku smiled under her mask and sat on the tree branch. Team 7 Pav. Unbeknownst to them, Kakashi heard their plan. Kakashi's eyes widened when he heard Naruto's name. Number. No. That's impossible. This can't. His thoughts were interrupted when he saw a large butcher's knife spinning towards them. Duck. He shouted. Everyone does as Kakashi said and the blade misses them by an inch, hitting a tree instead. You've gotten lucky, Kakashi of the Sharingan. It's an honor to meet you boot over the bridge builder now. Zabuza demanded. Kakashi glared at Zabuza. Everyone, Manji formation. Sakura, Sasuke and Sai did as they were told. As long as I'm here, you and your partner won't get to him. Zabuza chuckled. Of course, you of all shinobi can sense other shinobi's presence. Naruto, you can come out now. As soon as Zabuza signals him, Naruto shunshin behind the Uchiha, holding Henkatsu towards his neck. Hello, Uchiha. Shit. Team 7, plus Tazuna, thought in unison. Shit. Team 7, plus Tazuna, thought in unison. Sasuke. Sakura screeched as she was about to witness her true love was about to be decapitated by an almost familiar assassin. To her relief, Sai stepped in and blocked Assassin's sword with his tanto, giving Sasuke enough time to distance himself from the assassin. Sasuke-kun, thank goodness you're alright. Sakura said in worry. Sasuke snarled. As if this weak assassin can manage to kill an Uchiha. Said Sasuke. Yeah, Sasuke-kun. You can take him and the other guy out without breaking a sweat. Sakura declared. Yet you would have lost your head if I hadn't jumped in. Sai said with a fake smile while crossing blades with Naruto. He do got a point. Agreed Naruto. Sasuke grunts. Fuck both of you. Sasuke said with venom then looked at Naruto with a smirk. You almost got lucky when I had my guard down. Now, you won't be so Lu. I'm shaking. As if I'm scared of a spoiled weak genin like you. I fought tougher genin and you're not even on or above their level. Said Naruto, dodging blow after blow fr. Sai's tanto. Even this guy might give me a challenge. Sai and Sakura knew that everything Naruto just said was an insult to Sasuke's pride and ego. They both looked at Sasuke and saw him seething then looked back at Naru. You fucked up, face. Kakashi knows he's baiting Sasuke. Sasuke. Stay. He didn't get to finish as Sasuke pulled out a kunai and charged at Naruto in fury. You bastard. I'll show you who's stronger. Then you'll realize I'm superior to you. Sasuke said with anger. Sai immediately moved out of the way, not wanting to have a front row seat of Sasuke's boiling ego and positioned himself back to the bridge builder. That guy's an idiot, though. Haku's Pav. She couldn't help but chuckle at the scene of Naruto mocking the arrogant genin. She was a good distance away from the battlefield where the Jonin can't sense her and shish. Doubts that the genin has any sensory skills. However, she recognized those two genin the day she found Naruto. In fact, Naruto told Haku about those two and she wasn't pleased with how they treated Naruto, Espec. Sakura. As Haku looked at Sakura's appearance and Sai, it was clear that she hadn't changed and was still obsessed with the same boy. 3 years and nothing has changed. Disappointing. Hopefully that blonde girl made any improvements. She thought to herself and continued to watch the battle. Zabuza versus Kakashi. Kakashi sighed. Sasuke took the bait. Damn it Sasuke. Kakashi thought. He then turned to Zabuza. That boy of yours. You called him Naruto. Where did you find him? Kakashi almost getting furious. Does it matter? You should be worrying about the bridge builder, not some meet and greet. Said Zabuza, knowing what Kakashi was trying to confirm. Kakashi knows Zabuza is right. Finding out who's his apprentice isn't the main objective and it's not like he's on their side. If he wants some answers, he'll have to keep Bo, bridge builder and the assassin alive. Hopefully Sasuke won't kill him. He thought. Alright Zabuza, let us begin, said Kakashi, revealing his Sharingan. Zabuza chuckled. We haven't even started and you're already planning to use the Sharingan. You want to end this quickly, you're boring. You should feel honored. Not a lot of shinobi have seen my Sharingan in battle. But just to humor you, I won't end this quickly. Said Kakashi. Team 7 minus Sakura versus Naruto. Naruto raises his eyebrow and smirks as he sees Sasuke charging towards him with a kunai. Kick his ass, Sasuke-kun. Sakura cheered. As Sasuke got closer and closer, attempting to end Naruto for looking down on him, Naruto quickly grabbed Sasuke's head and wrist and planted him to the ground. Sasuke grunts at the force of the landing, couldn't believe he was manhandled by someone he deems weaker than him. Is that it? How disappointing, said Naruto. I find it annoying that someone with high status talks as if they own the world and expect everyone to be beneath them. Nah. Then put his foot on Sasuke's head, making him groan. Just like you. In your eyes, those who's weaker than you should stay weak and not get stronger. You should quit Wyoa ahead, you insecure bastard. Naruto unsheathed his Henkatsu and attempts to end Sasuke. Sasuke. Sakura shouted in fear. Naruto was interrupted again by a kick to the face by Sai, causing Naruto to stumble back a little. Nice kick, said Naruto. Thanks, said Sai. He offered Sasuke a hand but Sasuke brushed it off and got up himself. Sasuke seethed. I guess there was no point in going easy on you. You're dead, said Sasuke. Naruto just rolled his eyes and got in his taijutsu stand. Bring it. Several minutes later, in the mist, both battles were becoming too vicious. Trees were burned and the ground was soaked. Sasuke still tried to kill Naruto with everything he got, despite the Amo chakra he used. Sasuke tried to hit him with the fireball jutsu but the bastard kept brushing it off like it's nothing. On the other hand, Kakashi is getting the upper hand in his battle with Zabuza. Kakashi proves he is a match for Zabuza and pins him to a tree with kunais. It's over, Zabu. You're done, Kakashi said, holding another kunai, attempting to end. Naruto sees it from a distance and blitzes over there, dodging Sasuke's shuriken jutsu to aid Zabuza. Hey! Naruto shouted, charging at Kakashi with his sword. Kakashi immediately jumped out of the way to dodge his strike. I can't kill him yet. I need to know if this is him. I need to know what's behind that mask. The irony. Before Kakashi tried to use his Sharingan on Naruto, he was caught off guard when both Naruto and Zabuza were struck in the neck by Senbons. Both Kakashi, Team 7 and Tazuna were taken aback at the sudden attack. They all looked at the boy with a Hunter Nin mask. I appreciate the help, but those two are coming with me, said the Hunter Nin. Kakashi looked at Naruto then back at the Hunter Nin. That's fine, but who is he? He pointed at Naruto. Zabuza said his name, but if his last name is what I think it is, the coming with us, said Kakashi, getting a confused look from his genin. Haku looked at Kakashi with a raised eyebrow. She knew Konoha shinobi would ask about Naruto, so she came up with this lie before they left the hideout. His name is Rai Tsukishima. The name you heard was his code name, just like every other Anbu has a code name. As a former Anbu member, Kakashi knew that, of course. He steps aside defeated. He had his hopes up for nothing. Haku shunshin next to both Zabuza and Naruto and puts them up. I must dispose of them elsewhere, said Haku, shunshin a few distance away from the group. Sasuke looked at the ground seething. I couldn't beat this guy. I'm supposed to be strong. Now he's dead and I had no part of it. Damn it. At this rate I'll never catzy to him, Sasuke thought. Don't worry, Sasuke-kun. You're still stronger than him and he's dead now, said Sakura, still getting the silent treatment from Sasuke. Sai knew that Hunter Nin was lying and was trying to hide his identity. It's him. I'll report this to Lord Danzo. Then they heard a loud splash and saw Kakashi collapse unconscious. Kakashi-sensei, screeched Sakura. Hours later, Naruto, Zabuza, Haku Pav. That was uncalled for, Haku-chan, said Naruto, getting out of his temporary death and taking the Senbons out of his neck. Yeah, that was brutal, Haku, said Zabuza, also getting out of his temporary death. You might look innocent but you're cold. Literally, said Naruto. I'm sorry, Naruto-kun, Zabuza-sama, but the battle was going in their favor and the copy nin was getting suspicious of Naruto's identity, explained Haku. I suppose so, said Zabuza. We need to hold off on the task until we're able to move properly. Naruto takes off his mask. Speak for yourself, I'm still able to move, said Naruto. Zabuza grunts. Curse that damn fox inside you, said Zabuza, to which the fox has heard and flips him off. Haku chuckled. Naruto. Help me carry Zabuza-sama back to the hideout. Okay Haku-chan, said Naruto. Both Naruto and Haku carried Zabuza. Anyway, how long will we have to hold off before we go after them again? A week, said Zabuza. Next time I won't be fooled by that damn Sharingan of his. What about Gato? Naruto asked. Zabuza grunts. That little shit better keep his mouth shut. After this I'm going to kill him, said Zabuza. No one else is going to cover us if he's dead, said Haku. Zabuza rolled his eyes. Whatever. Meanwhile with Sasuke. Sasuke, who recovered from the battle, was punching a tree with fury. That assassin insulted his pride, mocked him, and almost killed him. He's just like. You're weak, little brother. If you can't face him, how could you face me? Said a familiar voice in Sasuke's head. Sasuke punches the tree with full force. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Sasuke seethed. He hated that assassin. He wanted to show him what happens when you mock an elite Uchiha. And why the hell his voice sounds familiar? Sasuke-kun. Sakura called. Kakashi-sensei is awake. Whatever, Sasuke said, not bothering to look at Sakura. Sakura gets closer and sees Sasuke's hand is bleeding. She gasps. What happened to your hand? She asked with worry. None of your concern, said Sasuke in a cold tone and walks back to Tazuna's house. Sakura frowned and followed, wishing one day Sasuke would open up to her. Minutes later, Tazuna's house. I see you've been training aggressively, Sasuke, said Kakashi, looking at his bruised hands. Anyway, you two should know this, and Sasuke, you might be pleased to hear. Sasuke raised his eyebrow. Pleased to hear what? He asked. Zabuza and his apprentice are still alive, Kakashi said in a serious tone. Sasuke's eyes widened and Sakura screeched. What? Sai, being a member root, already figured that Hunter Nin was a fake. But Kakashi-sensei, we saw that Hunter Nin killed them with senbons to their necks. No one can survive that, said Sakura. Yes, that's true, Sakura. But he wasn't aiming for the vital spots. Yes, they are dead, only for a short period. I'm betting they're out of their temporary death as we speak, explained Kakashi. Also, that Hunter Nin wouldn't mind disposing of the body in front of us instead of running off with it. Sai finished. Why would that Hunter Nin do that? Sakura asked. It's obvious. That Hunter Nin is working with Zabuza, said Sai. Right. Kakashi agreed. I have no doubt we won't see him again, at least until next week. And what about the other guy? Sasuke asked, not showing his excitement, that he gets a second chance to show him how superior he is. I wouldn't underestimate him again, Sasuke. He might be the same age as you, but he's not a pushover, so don't let your guard down on him, unless you want him to decap your head, said Kakashi. Sasuke growled and left the room. We'll see. Sakura followed him and Kakashi just sighed. Sai looked at Kakashi. About Zabuza's apprentice, he's not who that fake Hunter Nin says he is. I figured that, though my suspicion says it's someone else, said Kakashi. Sai nodded. Well, your suspicion is correct, that's him. His name and the blonde hair was a coincidence, but the way he introduced Sasuke by his clan's name was a dead G. Away. Everyone outside the village knew of the Uchiha clan's massacre, and besides Itachi, they didn't know about another survivor, and he knew he's the survivor, said Sa. Top it off, the mist appeared and senbons were embedded in civilians the night Uzumaki Naruto was gone. Kakashi didn't need to hear it anymore, his suspicion was confirmed. The bridge builder's assassin is his sensei's son. Sai, I'm giving you an order. When we face them, Aga, only you can face Naruto Uzumaki and don't kill him. We're bringing him back with us. Understand? Sai nodded. Understand, but what about Lord Danzo? He asked. He'll have to deal with Lord Third before he deals with Naruto, said Kakashi. Of course, Danzo can't get his way if the third Hokage is involved. When Danzo found out Konoha's weapon was gone, he ordered his roots to hunt him down, capture him and force him to join Root. If the Hokage keeps a close eye on him, Danzo can't reach Naruto, then he'll consider Naruto as a threat. Both Kakashi and Sai already know Sasuke and Sakura are at the doorway, listening to their conversation. Sakura was confused. Who's Naruto? She asked in a whisper. The name sounds familiar, but she can't ring a bell. However, Sasuke remembers him. So this is where the Dobi has been for 3 years. Outside the village and became a rogue. Then he realized Naruto was the assassin. Fighting. I'll show you you're still that same loser back at the academy. Let me know when you two are done eavesdropping. Said Kakashi. Both Sasuke and Sakura entered the room. Kakashi-sensei, who's Naruto? Sakura asked. Both Sasuke, Kakashi and Sai looked at Sakura with a raised eyebrow. What? Sakura asked, confused. Zabuza's hideout. Achoo. Naruto sneezes. Ooh. Someone's talking about you. Maizu teased. Gozu laughed. Could it be Haku? Bet it's Haku. Naruto's face turns red. Shut up. Me and Haku are just friends. She doesn't think of me like that. Both Maizu and Gozu looked at each other. He's so oblivious. They both thought in unison. Then why is your face red? Maizu asked, chuckling. Naruto grunts. Fuck off. Said Naruto, leaving the demon brothers while they were laughing. Zabuza's room. Naruto entered the room. How is he Haku-chan? Naruto asked. Haku turned to Naruto. Zabuza-sama is doing well. Soon as I gather some herbs, he'll get back to his strength before the week is over. Said Haku. Something troubling. Naruto-kun? Haku asked with a smile. Naruto looks away, cheeks all red. No. Nothing's troubling me. Said Naruto. Haku giggled and Zabuza just rolled his eyes, wishing he didn't have to witness this pathetique. Scene between both his apprentices. Gato and his goons entered the room and both Naruto, Zabuza and Haku's mood went sour. What do you want? Naruto asked with venom. Gato grinned. Well, I guess you're just all talk, aren't you, Zabuza? I thought you said you can handle this, and look at you. Demon of the mist, my ass, more like sea of the mist. Haku's eyebrow twitched and Naruto drew his hanketsu. The goons looked at Naruto, ready to draw theirs. I wouldn't do that, kid. One of the goons said with a smirk. Gato walks closer to Zabuza. Well, Zabuza, what's your excuse? Zabuza didn't say anything. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue. Gato reached Zabuza's blanket. Oh. Get his arm grabbed by Haku. Don't you dare touch him. Haku hissed, then started to crush his arm. Ah. Let go, you bitch. Gato shouted. The goons drew their swords, only to be taken by Naruto so quickly and pointed at them. You'll die if you two get near them. Naruto said in a dark tone. Gato grunts. This is your last chance. You screw this up, then you're on your own. Gato points at Naruto. And I'll sell you to those leaf shinobi. Gato said, then exited with his goons. That wasn't necessary. Said Zabuza. Naruto smiled. Yeah, but he's an asshole. He's nothing without us or those goons. Naruto-kun is right. Though we still need him for cover, otherwise we'll be on the run again. Said Haku. Zabuza huffed. I guess. A week later, Tazuna's house. Why won't you listen? Shouted Tazuna's grandson, Inari. You guys will die if you get in Gato's way. Inari. Shouted Inari's mom, Tsunami. Tazuna pats Inari's hat. Come on, Inari. As long as these ninjas are here to protect your dear old grandpa, the bridge will be complete. Tazuna chuckled. Inari sobs. They're not strong, grandpa. They're not. Please stay. Kakashi gave Inari an eye smile. It's sweet you're worried about your grandpa, but you shouldn't doubt on someone what they're capable of. We'll protect him with our life. Promise. Said Kakashi. Inari said nothing and ran upstairs to his room. He slams his door and jumps on his bed crying. Inari. Tsunami called, following him. Sakura's face saddened. Sai showed no expression and Sasuke just rolled his eyes, not caring about what Inari thinks of him. He didn't mean that, said Tazuna, taking you. Inari. Kakashi waved it off. It's fine, Mr. Tazuna. Said Kakashi. Let's go, guys. Zabuza and Naruto should be there any minute now. So be ready, and Sasuke, I'll say this again. Naruto is Sai's opponent, not yours. We don't need your screaming Uchiha pride ruining the mission. Sasuke seethed in frustration. Since that day he found out Naruto was the masked assassin, he was itching to fight him again, and this time he'll catch him lacking, showing he was never above his level. Sakura, who now remembers Naruto, spoke. But Kakashi-sensei, he mocked Sasuke-kun. He should teach that baka a lesson. Trying to act cool, I bet he's still the same B. Since the academy. Let Sasuke-kun show him how weak he is. Said Sakura. You do realize he's been trained for 3 years with Zabuza, who I had a hard time fighting, and a hunter nin who had me fooled. Let's not forget he almost beheaded Sa. It wasn't for Sai stepping in. Sai put up more of a fight than Sasuke. Instead of you fangirling, how about you acknowledge that there are some people just as strong as Sa? No matter who they are or used to be. Lectured Kakashi. Sakura felt defeated and said nothing. She knew what Kakashi was saying was true. She wanted to deny Naruto is actually stronger than Sasuke and her heart refuses to be it, but she can't. This isn't that same loser that had a crush on her back then. This is a well-trained assassin that toyed with Sasuke. However, Sasuke can't accept that. He still refuses to believe it. Dobi. There's no way you surpassed me. There's no way I'll lose to a loser like you. Sasuke thought to him. With a clenched fist. Sai looked at Sasuke, studying his body language. He knew what Kakashi said struck Sasuke to the core. Sai knew Sasuke won't let him fight Naruto, to hell with Kakashi's orders. Meanwhile with Zabuza, Naruto and Haku. Zabuza breaks the walkie-talkie he was on with Gato, he was clearly annoyed. The sooner we get this over with, the sooner we get to leave this fool. Said Zabuza. Why? Ready? He asked. Both Naruto and Haku nodded and puts their masks on. Let's go. They all hopped on the bridge and knocked out all the workers. Zabuza-sama, I don't see the Konoha ninjas. Neither of these workers is the bridge builder. Said Haku. I'm fully aware of that, Haku. Said Zabuza. So what do we do now? Search through the whole village and find him? Asked Naruto. He'll have to show up here eventually. He'll be wasting those ninjas' time if he decides to back out now. Said Zabuza. But if he doesn't show up, then we'll hunt him down. Naruto and Haku looked at each other, then looked back at Zabuza and nodded. All three hid themselves and waited for the bridge builder and the Konoha nin to show up. Bridge. Minutes later. As soon as Tazuna and Team 7 arrived at the bridge, Tazuna's eyes widened at the sight of seeing his coworkers laying on the ground. What the hell happened? Tazuna asked. He did this? Asked Sai. Kakashi nodded, confirming Sai's question. Then the mist suddenly appears. Everyone, get ready, said Kakashi, pulling out a kunai. Out of nowhere, they heard Zabuza. Well, Kakashi, I was hoping you would leave the old man and return to your village. Said Zabuza. Yes, but I have a change of heart. Said Kakashi, trying to find Zabuza by his voice. Besides, I have another mission I want to complete and you're in my way of completing mission. He then pulls out a kunai. If Kakashi could see through the mist, he could have seen the smirk on Zabuza's face. Oh yeah, well don't let me stop you. Said Zabuza. He then appears with 5 clone. Surrounding Team 7. Sasuke and Sai tensed while Sakura trembled. Zabuza noticed and chuckled. Look at your students. Trembling with fear. Said Zabuza. Sasuke smirked. Fear? No, I'm excited. If you're here then that Dobi is here as well. Said Sasuke with a cocky grin and took out all 5 of Zabuza's water clones. The real Zabuza appears on the bridge with Naruto and Haku. So, you can see my clones. Impressive for an Uchiha, said Zabuza. Zabuza noticed Sasuke was looking at Naruto intensely and chuckled. Looks like the brat has a grudge towards you, Naruto. I think he wants a rematch. Said Zabuza. So it seems, said Naruto, making eye contact with Sasuke. Sasuke kept his smirk. Drop the act, Dobi, I know it's you. Who do you think you are hiding behind the mask? You're still that weak loser back at the academy. Said Sasuke. Naruto sighed and took off his mask, revealing his face. It's been 3 years and you still haven't changed either. You're still that same arrogant Tem back at the academy. Said Naruto. Both Kakashi and Sakura's eyes widened. Kakashi for his part, after 3 years of non-stop searching he was hit with nostalgia on his sensei's son's face. Sakura on the other hand, was blushing. She instantly forgot this is the same Naruto that sought her since the academy. Now it's hard to picture Naruto as that same loud and bashful loser. She shakes her head. What am I thinking? Sasuke is handsome, not that baka. Haku noticed Sakura's red face and her eyebrow twitched. Haku's never one to kill, but today she might have to make an exception. Might. Naruto noticed Kakashi was looking at him with a shocked and sad expression. Why are you looking at me like that? Am I still the demon fox to you and everyone else in hellhole of a village? Feel like going back and telling everyone the demon brat was no good after all? Naruto asked with venom. Both Sasuke and Sakura were confused and looked at Kakashi. Demon fox. Kakashi sensei, What is he talking about? Sakura asked in confusion. Kakashi mentally curse. This wouldn't have happened if those stupid council members let him adopt Naruto. They blamed an infant for the action of the Nine-Tails Fox's attack 12 years ago. Wanted to make him suffer, ruin his life in the shadows. The night he was missing, he was furious at the council's response. After all we did for that brat, he just abandoned the village he tried to destroy. That's actually a good thing. He's gone, we don't have to worry about that demon anymore. But he's still alive. I wanted him to die. His whore of a mother should have kept her legs closed like she's supposed to. Kakashi fumed when he said that. If Minato was still alive, he would have their heads in a box. The next day, Kakashi was satisfied when he found out that the exact man had an unexpected heart attack in his sleep. Kakashi already had a feeling what caused the HEA attack and smirked at the asshole's demise. Kakashi looked at Naruto with regret in his eyes. No, Naruto. It's not like that at all. The Hokage and Iruka were devastated when you left, said Kakashi. Naruto looked down. Those were the only two people he missed ever since he left. Naruto snarled. Don't try to trick me, I know what you're trying to do. I don't trust you. Don't trust the village, I don't have a family there, Zabuza and Haku-chan are my family, said Naruto. Haku was touched by that last part and Zabuza grunts, hiding how proud he was. You hear that, Kakashi? His place is with us, said Zabuza with a smirk. Before Kakashi could say anything, Sasuke spoke. I don't know about this whole demon fox thing, but it doesn't matter. No matter who you're trained by, you're still nothing compared to an elite Uchiha, said Sasuke. Naruto just rolled his eyes. Coming from someone who almost got decapitated and thrown around like a rag. Naruto didn't get the finish as he caught a kunai thrown at. Didn't take him long to find out Sasuke threw it. Sasuke, I said you're not fighting Naruto, only Sai allowed to fight him, said Kakashi. Sasuke didn't listen and walked towards Naruto. Super Beast Scroll, said Sai, binding Sasuke with his ink snakes. Sasuke grunts. Let me go, damn it. Sasuke demanded. If you refuse to follow my orders, then I'll make sure you'll be revoked from being a ninja and send you back to the academy, Kakashi said coldly. Sasuke growled, knowing he'll have to wait even longer to kill Itachi. Fine, he said with venom. The ink snake freed Sasuke and he got up. He glared daggers at Naruto. A glare back. Kakashi looked at Sai. Remember what I said? Kakashi said and Sai nodded. Sakura, you and Tazuna get as far away from us, before you get hurt, said Kakashi. Sakura nodded and got a safe distance away from the battlefield with Tazuna. Zabuza looked at Kakashi. Well, this will be interesting, Kakashi, said Zabuza. Kakashi sighed and revealed his Sharingan. Let's end this. Here and now. Clang, clang, clang. Both Naruto and Sai clash swords with each other with full force, not giving the opponent an opportunity to strike. Sai gave him a fake smile. Your kenjutsu is impressive. If you would switch sides and ditch those rogue ninjas, you might have a spot in Konoha just for you, said Sai. Naruto snarled. Save it. Don't try and kiss my ass now just because I've gotten stronger. Naruto swung Henkatsu down, trying to cut Sai, but Sai jumped back and charged at Naruto. Sai throws his tanto at Naruto, who catches it with 2 fingers. You fool. Don't throw their weapons. Naruto said this as Sai was circling him. I'm well aware of that, but you're not well aware that's not real, said Sai. Suddenly, Naruto began to hear hissing, realizing he wasn't holding the tanto. He looked at what he was holding, and instead of the tanto, he was holding an ink snake. Said Naruto. Without enough time to throw it, the snake binds itself to Naruto, making him drop Henkatsu. Sai kicked Henkatsu to the side, next to the Uchiha who was intensely focusing on Sai's fight with Naruto. Sasuke saw the sword and smirked. I should thank you, Sai, for giving me the opportunity to confiscate Naruto's toy. Don't hurt him too badly, after I'm done with this one. Shinobi, I'll show him he ain't got shit on me. To hell if he's been training for 3 years, I'm still an Uchiha, and this sword is better with. Before Sasuke could even finish, a Senbon struck his arm, causing him to grunt in pain. Sasuke glares at the masked boy who shunshuns next to him, foot on Henkatsu. You think clan status makes you anything special? You talk as if you've already won the ba. Before it began, Haku kicks Henkatsu up and grabs the handle. And someone like you doesn't deserve to be Henkatsu's welder. Even if Naruto-kun dies, the sword won't. You're not worthy. Haku threw the sword at Naruto at full speed. Sai took a step back so he wouldn't get cut by the blade. While almost grazing Naruto, the sword was close enough to cut the ink snake off him and set him free. Naruto gets up and grabs Henkatsu. Thanks Haku-chan, I mean San. Naruto said nervously. Haku smiled under her mask and gave him a nod. Sasuke glared daggers at Haku. Not only did he return the sword to Naruto, he struck him with a senbon. Haku looked at Sasuke with emotionless eyes. If you're done glaring at me, then make a move, said Haku. Sasuke snarled. I have no interest in fighting you, my interest is with that dobi, and I'll claim that sword. Haku raised an eyebrow. Disobeying your sensei's orders. You really have no honor in being a shinobi. Haku pulls out her senbons. Still, you'll have to get through me b. You get to Naruto-kun, said Haku. You got this Sasuke-kun. Take that faker out, shouted Sakura. She instantly regretted saying that and shuts up when Haku turned to her coldly. Sasuke smirked. Fine. Just to let you know, you asked for it. Sasuke said, then pulls out a kunai. Haku rolled her eyes and got into a fighting position. Both Haku and Sasuke charged at each other. Senbon and kunai clashed, now at a standstill. Shouldn't your priority be protecting the bridge builder rather than focusing on an enemy who couldn't care less about you? Asked Haku. I don't care about that right now, said Sasuke glaring at Haku. Really? How dishonorable of you. If you don't care about the bridge builder, then I guess it shouldn't be a problem that I take him out now. Haku suggested. Forget it. I might not care, but that doesn't mean I'll let it happen. I'll just take you out, then that dobi, and call it a day, said Sasuke smirking. Haku just looked at Sasuke. You can't win. You can't keep up and I have the upper hand. First, I blocked your hand, so you can't perform a jutsu. Second, the water Suro. Us is in my favor, said Haku. Haku held up her free hand and began to weave hand signs. Sasuke's eyes widened. What? One hand? He thought to himself. Secret jutsu. 1,000 needles of death, said Haku. The water surrounding Haku and Sasuke begins to float in the air, and turns into needles. Sasuke! Sakura shouted. Sasuke begins to flow chakra under his feet, and before the needles hit them, Sasuke leaps in the air and Haku jumps back. While in the air, Sasuke begins to throw shurikens at Haku and Haku dodges all of it. Suddenly Sasuke was behind her. Not quite as fast as you believe, said Sasuke. Haku quickly turned just in time to see Sasuke charged at her with his kunai and threw it. Haku dodges it and ducks, but she didn't expect a kick in the face by him and was sent flying, landing on her back and grunts. Sasuke smirked. I'll admit, you had me for a second. But now I've caught up with your speed, Sasuke said. Now I'm going to fight that dobi next. He turns around and to walk away. Suddenly, Sasuke noticed the air gotten cold. This battle is far from over, said Haku as she got up. Sasuke turns around and grunts. You just can't quit, can you? Sasuke asked, annoyed. I should ask you the same thing. Clearly you are one stubborn genin, said Haku and began to weave hand signs. Crystal ice mirrors. The water surrounding them begins to form into several mirrors made of ice and surround Sasuke. If you won't give up, then you'll die, said Haku, and she walks through the mirrors. Her image begins to show in all the mirrors. Sasuke looked at the mirrors in shock and all of them pulls out senbons. Back with Naruto and Sai. Naruto smirks and gets up, grabs Henkatsu and looks at Sai. Like I said, I have no interest in switching sides. Especially when you have an arrogant member on your team, said Naruto. Sai slowly nodded. He does have a point. Everyone, mainly the boys, grew tired of the arrogant Uchiha always looking down on others just because of his clan status, and of the girls find it hot, mainly they just want his babies. Sai leaps up into the air and throws smoke bombs near Naruto, forcing him to cough and close his eyes. Naruto managed to open his eyes when he heard a roar. He then turned to the direction of where it came from and his eyes widened, seeing a white lion coming towards Hai. Shit, Naruto said to himself. Naruto held up Henkatsu. Wind style. Gale divide. said Naruto as a swirl of wind surrounded Henkatsu and he made a horizontal slash motion, making a horizontal wind. And cut the white lion, later turning into ink. With quick reflexes Naruto moves as another lion tries to attack from behind. Then 2 more lions showed up following 3 more. All 6 lions began to circle him and Naruto looked at them, gripping onto Henkatsu's handle tighter. You're surrounded Naruto, it's pointless. Stop fighting and come back to Konoha where you belong, said Sai on the other side of the smoke. Naruto snarled. You'll have to kill me to drag me back, said Naruto. That option is much easier if you were someone else but we need you alive, said Sai. I assure you, you'll be welcome back to Konoha with open arms. Go to hell. Wind style. Hoop dance, said Naruto and begins to spin his body with Henkatsu. Wind begins to surround Naruto and forms into 6 mini hula hoops. All 6 lions charged at Naruto but were hit by the hula hoops made of wind and the lions turned to ink. The smoke begins to clear and Naruto sees Sai clearly. Sai looked at Naruto with a blank expression. You're very hard to convince, said Sai. Then stop trying, said Naruto then charged at Sai. Sai sighed, then unsheathed his tanto and charged at Naruto, planning to end this quickly. Meanwhile with Haku and Sasuke, minutes later. In an ice mirror dome, Sasuke was on his knees gasping for air as he felt his life slipping away. No. I refuse to die here. Not until I get my revenge. Damn it all. Sasuke thought. Haku, in the ice mirror, tilts her head, seeing Sasuke clinging on to his life. Please give up. I don't want to do anything I'll regret. Live while you still can, said Haku. Sasuke growled. As if I'll give up, you damn bastard, said Sasuke, standing up with wobbly legs. Damn it. This is my last shot. I need to aim for him, thought Sa. With the last of his chakra, he made a fire hand sign. Massive fireball jutsu, shouted Sasuke. Haku threw Senbons at Sasuke's neck before he had the chance to release that jutsu, killing him. He was down to his last ounce of chakra. He would have died. Haku say herself. Suddenly, Haku's eyes widened at a vision of Zabuza's death. She turns to Zabuza and sees him pinned by large dogs and sees the copy ninja charging at him with lightning chakra. Zabuza-sama. Haku screamed and ran towards them. Back with Naruto and Sai. Naruto was dodging every swing Sai threw at him. If Sai had emotions, he would be pissed like Sasuke level of pissed. At this point he would have done what Danzo would done and say it was an accident. Not to beg like Sasuke, but can you please go all out? It's no fun when you're just using kenjutsu and dodging all my attacks, said Sai, almost losing his patience. Naruto shrugged. Very well. Naruto sheathed Henkatsu and starts making hand seals Sai is unfamiliar with. Before he gets to finish, suddenly he hears Haku scream. Naruto turns to the direction of her scream and he sees the copy nin charging at Zabuza with a powerful jutsu and Haku running towards them. Haku don't, Naruto shouted. Before he had the chance to move, he was hit in the back of the head by the bottom of Sai's tanto. Instead of passing out, Sai's eyes widened as he saw Naruto's body turned into water. A water clone, Sai said to himself in shock. Then he realized he was fighting a clone the whole time. If this is a clone then where's the real one? He asked himself. At the end of the bridge. Naruto, the real one, eyes widened in fear. Damn it no Haku, said Naruto. What's wrong? A woman asked. Instead of getting an answer, Naruto ran with an incredible speed she had never seen before. Wait, said the woman and she began to follow him. Wait mom, said a boy with her. With Kakashi and Zabuza. Chidori. Kakashi shouted and charged at Zabuza. For the first time, Zabuza felt fear. He was going to die before he had the chance to kill the 4th Mizukage. Then he thought about Naruto and Haku, he never showed them much he cared about them, now he regrets it. Zabuza closed his eyes, waiting for his death. Haku Pav. I can't let Master Zabuza die now, she thought to herself as she got closer and closer to block the path of Kakashi's lightning. She could see it, Kakashi was getting close, 1 inch away from Haku, ready to take the final blow. Only to be pushed aside by 2 sets of arms. Because of the push, she had her eyes closed, then she heard the sound of lightning tearing through flesh and a shout of agony, then she felt the weight of the body press her Following along a warm substance, she figured it's his blood. She kept her eyes closed, not wanting to see the face of Zabuza, the one she failed to protect. Then she heard Kakashi's voice. No. No, 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 it wasn't supposed to be you, said Kakashi in a panic. Why was he panicking? Didn't he try to kill Zabuza? Naruto, said Zabuza, who sounds alive. Haku heard Zabuza's voices. It didn't sound like he was in a near-death state, nor did it sound like he was close. Then Haku realized what Zabuza said and fear struck her in the heart. Number. No, no, no. Haku thought to herself as she dared to open her eyes. Haku slowly opened her eyes and she saw what she didn't want to see, Naruto on top of her, bleeding, a small chunk of his side missing, following a visible bleeding scar. Oh. Back. Chan, said Naruto, weakly. Haku removes her mask and holds Naruto's shoulders. Naruto-kun, Haku said worriedly and panically. Why would you do that? She shouted, her emotionless mask bag to break on the verge of tears. Because I can't let you get hurt, said Naruto, holding on to Haku's hand. I can't live in a world without you. Haku couldn't believe what she was hearing. Was this some kind of confession? Is he really doing this now of all times? That made Haku shed a tear and she places her head on top of Naruto's. She was stupid. She didn't consider how Naruto would feel if she died because she was so concentrated on saving Zabuza's life she sacrificed her own. She obviously cared. Zabuza, but Naruto was more important to her, and she could not bear to see him suffer. Now, here he is, sacrificing himself to save someone he cares, loves. Naruto loves her, and she loves him. Sakura, who was close by, looked in awe. Those two might be her enemies, but she couldn't help to think the moment was sad, sweet and wholesome. Now she wishes her and Sasuke will have a moment like this, where he sacrifices himself for her and confesses his love is so hot. Now she's getting hot just thinking about. Oh my god. Everyone suddenly heard a feminine voice and turned to it. It was the bridge builder's family. Tsunami. Inari. What are you doing here? Tazuna shouted. That young boy saved us from Gato's men. They were going to kill us before he showed up. Tsunami explained. Inari nodded, confirming it's true. He saved them. Kakashi, Zabuza, Tazuna, Sai, Sakura and Haku thought in unison. Then Zabuza and Haku realized who she mentioned. Gato, you fat bastard. How far can you stoop so low? Zabuza thought. Kakashi, still in panic, got close to Haku and Naruto. I'm sorry, it wasn't meant. Before he had the chance to finish, Haku pulled out 3 senbons, pointing at Kakashi. Stay away from him, she hissed, holding Naruto to her chest. All you leaf nin done nothing but hurt him and yet you want to bring him back to suffer and remind him used to be. Kakashi pauses. Any other time on a mission he would do what needs to be done and doesn't care if someone wants him dead for it. But now, somehow he couldn't. This Sensei's son and he was struck by his Chidori, how could he forgive himself? In a moment of weakness, Zabuza used this opportunity to strike at Kakashi. Kakashi gets his senses together and dodges Zabuza's blade with a back flip. I was too focused on Naruto, I've forgotten about you. Kakashi thought to himself. Haku, you and Naruto get out of here. You're both not needed here anymore, said Zabuza looking at Kakashi. But Zabuza-sama, before Haku gets to finish, Zabuza interrupts her. I said go. The boy isn't in good shape to fight, he needs time to let the fox heal him, and you're not in a good mental state to fight either, said Zabuza. Haku hesitated a little and thought about it. Naruto is the one who's injured and Zabuza still can put up a fight. Naruto is the main priority. Haku slowly nodded. Okay, she said and put Naruto's arm above her shoulders. Wait a minute, Kakashi said, trying to stop the duo but dodged another strike from Zabuza, giving enough time for Haku to shunshin away from the bridge with Naruto. Don't turn your back on me, Kakashi, we still have unfinished business, said Zabuza as he charges at Kakashi again. Kakashi dodges the strike again and shunshin behind Zabuza. Before Zabuza has the chance to lift up his sword, Kakashi jabs 2 kunai in Zabuza's upper arm. Zabuza grunts in pain, now unable to move his arm. Zabuza tried to grab Kubikiribocho with the other arm but quickly felt a sharp pain of Kakashi stabbing his other arm. Now both his arms are useless. Zabuza grunts in pain. Damn it. He muttered to himself. Suddenly they heard clapping. How very unfortunate. You still haven't done what you are paid to do, said Gato. Everyone turned to him and Zabuza grunted. You know, Zabuza, I'm cutting you off. Zabuza grew a tick mark. Care to elaborate? You short, fat, fuck. Gato grinned. You're too expensive, Zabuza, and I can't associate with you any longer. Deal's off. And you shouldn't let those brats go. I would love to kick that icy bitch in tea face and show the boy some manners, said Gato. Gato then turned to Tazuna and Sakura, and approached them. Sakura got between them and held up a kunai. Stay back, Gato, she said. Gato chuckled. And what are you going to do to me, girl? You're seriously not going to stab me with that, when it's written all over your face you've never killed before? Whoa. Advice. Being a shinobi isn't for everyone, especially little girls like you, said Gato, shattering Sakura's will. Tazuna looked down and put his arm in front of Sakura. You don't have to protect me anymore. After all, I'm the one who brought us in this mess, said Tazuna, earning a worried look from Sakura. Gato smiled and slowly claps his hand. Finally you realized how foolish you've been. Unfortunately, he said, then snapped his fingers. Suddenly two men get behind Tsunami and Inari and grab Tsunami by the neck and Inari by the shoulder, making Tsunami gasp as they hold a knife towards their neck. It's too late to back out now, said Gato with a smirk. Tazuna's eyes widened in horror. No, Gato, please, he begged. Too late, said Gato. Super Beast Scroll, said Sai. Before they had the chance to kill the woman and the boy, they were immediately assaulted by a flock of white birds, throwing the two henchmen off as it turned into Inca splattered on their faces, giving Tsunami and Inari enough time to move away from the gang. Gato was angry by the interruption, but he didn't expect a punch to the face by a pissed-off Tazuna. Everyone, even Zabuza, was shocked to see Gato get punched by Tazuna. Don't you dare touch my family, this got nothing to do with them, said Tazuna. Gato stumbled back and wiped the blood off his lip. No, Tazuna, this got a lot to do with your family. If I kill you and spare them, then they'll come after me. And I don't nay. Pests like them getting in my way, said Gato, and he turned to Zabuza. Zabuza, finish this trash. Zabuza gave Gato a blank yet cold stare. Gato grunts. Well, what are you waiting for? Kill them all, Gato shouted. Zabuza chuckled. You really can be a pathetic bastard. You cut me off. I have no reason to kill them anymore, said Zabuza. Gato grinned. Fine then, I guess you'll die with them, said Gato, and his men chuckled. Zabuza turned to Kakashi. Hey, Kakashi, give me a kunai. You're in bad shape, so it's not like you can deal with them, said Zabuza. Kakashi slowly nodded and tossed him the kunai. Zabuza caught it with his teeth and bolted towards Gato and his men. Gato's eyes widened in fear and ran through his M. Stop him. Don't let him get to me, he shouted. The men grinned as Zabuza got closer and closer. Then their grin faded as Zabuza blitzed past them, cutting a few of them down while getting stabbed in the back. While Zabuza was butchering Gato's men, Sai walked up to Kakashi. Kakashi looked at Sai. You were fighting Naruto the whole time. How did he end up with Tazuna's fam? He asked. Sai looked down. I was fighting a shadow clone the entire time. Apparently the real one had other plans before they arrived on the bridge, said Sai. Kakashi puts his head down. I see, he said. Back with Zabuza, he passed through Gato's man with spears and swords on his back, still charging at Gato. Get away from me, you damn devil, Gato shouted. Zabuza stabbed Gato in his stomach, then his men stabbed Zabuza more. Gato coughs blood. You think you can take me and bring me to heaven with you? Gato asked. Heaven? You actually think there's a spot for you in heaven? Oh no, Gato, you're going to hell. And I'll be joining you, Zabuza shouted, then sliced Gato's neck. Gato gargled blood and stumbled back. He backed away to the edge of the bridge and fell into the water. Zabuza turned to Gato's men and released some killing ki. They backed away, not wanting to be next. Zabuza slowly walked past them but fell on his knees. Well, this is the end for me, Naruto, Haku. At least you two get to live on while I'm gone. You two better continue to live, or else I'll kick your asses in the afterlife. And nah, don't screw your chances up, thought Zabuza as darkness finally took over. Kakashi sighed, Glad this was over. Since this is over, should we pursue Naruto and the other one? Sai asked. Kakashi thought about it for a moment and replied. No. We've already completed what we're here for. We don't have enough energy to follow them and we have no clue they went, said Kakashi, and Sai slowly nodded. Sai, where's Sasuke? Sakura asked. Sai already passed Sasuke's dead body and knew he'll be hearing Sakura's whining that her future husband is dead. If he's dead then she might quit being a ninja since whole point was to get near Sasuke. Sai, where's Sasuke-kun? Sakura asked, fearing the worst. Sai says nothing and points to where Sasuke's body is. Sakura looked and squinted her eyes. The mist was still around and she saw a black figure on the ground, to which Sai was pointing at. Saw Sasuke, she said with fear. As mist starts to fade she can see Sasuke's body and he's not moving. Sasuke, Sakura screeched, running to Sasuke's body. Sakura put 2 fingers on his hand and felt no pulse, confirming he's dead. Sakura cried, her crush is dead, now never marry him and have 20 Uchiha babies. We all knew that's what she was thinking. Both Kakashi and Sai looked down, sad that they lost a teammate. Even though he was an asshole, he's still a member of Team 7. Then they heard coughing. Sasuke, you're alive. Thank Kami you're alive. Sakura screeched with joy and hugged Sasuke tightly. Kakashi, Sai and the bridge builder's family heard and sighed with relief. Sasuke gets up and grunts in pain. I thought I was dead. What happened? Where's the hunter Nin and that Dobi? He asked, walking towards Kakashi and Sai. They got away. Sai answered, hearing Sasuke grunts in annoyance. Suddenly, Kakashi collapsed again, chakra drained. Sai and Tazuna went to Kakashi's side and picked him up by his arms. I'm grateful for what you all have done for me and my family. Tazuna said. Sakura smiled. It was no problem. You could rest back at our place before you all leave. Said Tsunami. That would be a good idea. Said Sai and the pair leaves the bridge. Days later, under Konoha, so, the weapon got away and Hatake decided not to go after it. Asked an elderly man with a cane and his right eye covered. Sai nodded. Yes Lord Danzo. He said. The third was informed with this information as well. As you predicted, he sent the Anbu to capture him alive. The man named Danzo just looked at Sai with a stoic expression. Foolish Hiruzen, always naive. If the boy was working against you and refuses to come back to Konoha, there's no reason he should keep what belongs to us. He said. And what about his partner? Sai asked, already guessing what he have in mind. If she decides to get in the way, then do what must be done. Said Danzo. Sai and a few figures with black cloaks nodded and left the hideout. As always Hiruzen, I end up cleaning up your mess. Zabuza's hideout. Ga. Slowly opening his eyes, Naruto groans slightly in pain as a grating sunbeam strikes his face. Where am I? He thought to himself, his vision almost blurry. Naruto was about to move his body until he felt a weight on him, and something brushing his chest. He looks down and blinks a couple of times to clear his vision. He sees Haku is peacefully dozing on his chest with her arm covering his stomach, and her hair all loosen. Out. Naruto took a few seconds to admire the view in front of him, remembering what happened before he blacked out. With the exception of Zabuza, the demon brothers, and Mei, Haku was the main person he cared about, and he couldn't just let her die while he's still alive. Sure, he's still Zabuza and the demon brothers, but it wouldn't be the same without her. She was the only bright side of his life, and if she were to die, he'd die too, on the inside. He loves her too much to let her die, even if she might or might not feel the same way. She let out a calming groan as Naruto cautiously hugged her with his free arm over her head. Naruto looked around, realizing he was back at the hideout, in Haku's room. Not even going to question that. He thought to himself. Naruto grabs Haku's arm and slowly removes it from his stomach, receiving an unsatisfied groan from her. He slowly slid his body to the other side of the bed and put her down. As Naruto was about to get up he grunted when he suddenly felt a small surge of pain on his right side. Shit that hurts. He thought to himself. He was finally able to get up and slowly walked to the door, looking back at Haku's sleeping form. He exited the room and entered the main room, seeing the demon broth. Hey. He greeted weakly. Sup. They greeted back in unison. Haku told us what happened. You're lucky that fox is keeping you alive, said Maizu. Lucky me, Naruto said sarcastically. What did I miss while I was out? He asked. Both Maizu and Gozu sighed sadly. When Haku brought you here, she returned to aid Zabuza-sama, only to find out he was killed, said Maizu. Naruto's eyes widened at that. No, his mentor, his father figure, is dead. Who killed him? He asked with anger. Gato's men, Gozu said, earning a confused look from Naruto. I know, I'm just as confused as you. Fortunately the bridge builder doesn't hold a grudge towards us in H. Gato cut us off and Zabuza wasn't having it. He rushed through Gato's men to get to him, resulting in him getting stabbed in the back repeatedly, but he managed to kill G before he died. Good, I hated him anyway, said Naruto. We all do, said Maizu. And what about the Konoha nin? Did they followed us? Asked Naruto. No, they were too busy worrying about the bridge builder's life, they didn't make time to capture you. Though, knowing that you're in the land of waves, I'm betting the H already sent a search party, so we'll have to leave wave eventually, said Maizu. But first, you need to rest, said Gozu. Naruto snarled. I'm fine. It's just a small ache. Naruto protested. No, you're not. He heard Haku's voice behind him. Naruto turned and see her arms crossed, a not pleased expression and bags under her eyes, indicating she didn't sleep well. Rest. Now, she demanded. Naruto grumbled and went back into the room. Whipped. The demon brothers thought in unison with a smirk. Haku turned to the brothers. Seen any leaf nin? She asked. Nothing yet, said Gozu. We might have to move to another location. Sure those nin are persistent in bringing him back, though I'm convinced all of us together could ta the copy nin, but I doubt he's coming alone. We can't move yet, Naruto needs more time to heal properly, said Haku. We don't have a choice. Without Zabuza-sama and Gato's protection, we can't face them. We'll die, maybe us too, and you might be kept alive for the benefit of your Kek. Genkei, said Maizu. Haku knew Maizu was right, they will be in a losing situation if they don't move, those Konoha nins won't give up until they get what they want, even if they'll have to kill. Haku entered her room and closed the door behind her back. Naruto, who was laying down, tilts his head up and sees Haku with a saddened expression. Naruto slides himself on the end of the bed and pats the other end, offering Haku the other end. Haku said nothing and took the offer, laying next to Naruto on her back. Few seconds of silence passed and Naruto decided to speak. Are you okay? He asked, breaking the ice. I should be asking you that, you're the one who got hurt, replied Haku. If it meant saving you, then it's worth it, said Naruto, chuckling. Again, Haku felt a pang of guilt in her. If she didn't bother to try and save Zabuza, Naruto wouldn't get hurt. I'm sorry, Haku said, softly. Naruto turned to her. What? He asked. I'm sorry. It's my fault you got hurt. If I didn't try to save Zabuza-sama, you wouldn't have to save me and get hurt, said Haku. Naruto stayed silent. It wasn't her fault, nor was it his. They were both acting on emotions and they would be torn apart if one of each other died. He couldn't get mad at H for trying to save Zabuza, he would have done the same thing as well. It's not your fault, nor is it mine. We were just acting on our emotions, something Zabuza-sama told us to get rid of. Naruto chuckled. Haku smiled at that. Even in stressful situations, Naruto would still have a way to brighten the mood. Which is why she loves him. Haku places her chin on Naruto's shoulder, taking in the scent of their last battle and feeling the warmth of his body against hers. Naruto turned to Haku, blue eyes and brown eyes staring into each other, like two magnets drawn together by an irresistible force, their gazes locking in an intense moment. Mutual understanding and unspoken emotion. Without thinking, their faces began to draw closer and closer to each other, both closing their eyes slowly in anticipation of the inevitable embrace that was about to take place. Suddenly, they were snapped back into reality by the sound of a shattered window caused by a thrown kunai, indicating the possibility of an ambush. Shit. Naruto and Haku thought in unison. Both Naruto and Haku leapt out of bed, ready to face the upcoming battle. Three figures jumped through the window, all wearing black and khaki cloaks, and animal masks. Naruto Uzumaki, your days of running and hiding are over. You're going back to Konoha with us, said the one in the middle. Naruto snarled. Like hell I am. I'm not going back to that hell hole. He said. That wasn't an option, said the masked man as he stepped closer. Before they got closer, suddenly the demon brothers rammed through the wall and charged at the two root Anbu in the back, cutting them in half with their chained gondole. He said he's not coming with you, said Maizu. Before the last remaining root Anbu had the chance to attack, Naruto swiftly cut him through his spine, killing him. Grab your gears and follow me. I doubt it's just them three, said Maizu, and everyone nodded. Less than 10 seconds had passed before the group quickly grabbed their gear and bolted out of the hideout. Sai and the rest of the root Anbu witnessed the weapon escaping the hideout with his cronies, already knowing that their three comrades had been killed by them. After them, the leader commanded and they followed them. Lucky for Naruto, Haku and the demon brothers, they had a head start and kept enough distance between them and the root Anbu for a few minutes. But unfortunately are starting to catch up to them. They're gaining on us, said Haku. As they kept jumping from tree to tree, Maizu had to think. Naruto, are you still in pain? He asked. A little, but I can walk it off, said Naruto. That's good to hear, said Maizu. What are you planning? Haku asked. If we don't take care of them now, they'll follow us to our meeting location. We must diminish their numbers, Maizu said. Naruto and Haku looked at each other and back at Maizu, then nodded. How do we do that? Naruto asked. First, Naruto, make as many shadow clones as you can to charge at the Anbu. While they're distracted, create 2 more clones and wait to use a wind slice with your blade. That should hold them off. Haku, go full speed ahead of us. It should give you enough time to set up a trap for the ones following us. If there are any left, it shouldn't be too much for the 4 of us to take out, said Maizu. Naruto and Haku thought about that and agreed. It was a good plan. With that, Naruto made 20 shadow clones and the clones went towards the root Anbu's direction. Haku went on full speed ahead, out of sight, and she begins to make her trap with the time she has left. Root Anbu Pav. We're getting closer to them, I can feel it, said one of the root members. Sai, who's been silent the whole time, saw something coming towards them and realized what it was. Get down, said Sai. The root Anbu does that and quickly avoids the wind slices coming towards them but cuts down a tree behind them. You want me? Then take me, said Naruto, looking down on them on a tree branch. So, now you've decided to cooperate with us. You're lucky we need you alive, otherwise we would have killed you for your betrayal, said the leader of the group. Betrayal, please, Naruto thought to himself, then he noticed Sai. I should have known we'll see each other again, said Naruto in an unexcited tone. You're right, though things could have been different in another timeline, said Sai with the fakest smile Naruto is now familiar with. Don't think I'm making this easy for you, he said. Then 17 clones surrounded them. The root members charge at the clones and begin to attack them. Couple of seconds passed during the slaughter fest. Fortunately and unfortunately for Naruto, he managed to cut down some of the root members, but it cost him all of his clones. Damn it all. They were all shadow clones, said one of the root members. We can't be wasting more time, said the leader, and continued their trail. Unbeknownst to them, 2 more shadow clones are waiting ahead of them. Crescent Moon Blade. The 2 clones said in unison and made a horizontal slash motion. The clones created 2 wind blades, each 48 lengths long. When the 2 blades combined, they formed a single, 96-length blade powerful enough to cut down half the NEA woods. Unfortunately for the root members, the wind blade was moving at full speed and they were unable to move out of the way in time, resulting in them getting cut down in H. However, the remaining root members who were behind them witnessed the incident and were able to leap out of the way and continued their trail. Back with the group. My clones butchered some of them down, there's 10 left, said Naruto. Good, now it's Haku's time. I can already feel the cool breeze, said Maizu. Meanwhile with Haku, with the time she has left, the forest is already coated with ice crystals. Unlike her last fight with the Uchiha, she created a crystal ice mirror spear, with which she can attack not only from the top and sides, but also from below. As she waited inside her mirrors, the seconds ticked by as she anticipated the arrival of her teammates passing by. Just as she waits, she finally sees her teammates getting closer to the spear. As they got closer to the spear, Haku broke one of her ice mirrors to give them an exit. Without stopping, they turned to Haku and nodded. She nodded back. Haku noticed Naruto held up 10 fingers and points behind them. Haku nodded and reformed the broken ice mirror after they left the spear. Some of the root members entered the crystal ice mirror spear and Haku sealed their only way out. What is this? One of them asked. You're trapped inside my ice jutsu, said Haku. You think this will stop us? They both used a fire jutsu but failed to melt the ice. Escape is pointless. You're trapped and there's no way out, said Haku as she revealed her reflection in every mirror. Suddenly she attacked with lightning-fast speed. Realizing they were trapped and with no way out, the group had to discard their black cloaks, only to reveal that their bodies were covered in lit paper bombs. Then we'll you down with us, they threatened. Haku's eyes widened in shock before she quickly retreated from the mirrors. Fortunately for her, she was able to avoid the explosion's full force. Without stopping, she jumped from tree branch to tree branch with high speed, with the intention of catching up with her teammates. Not realizing 3 more root members still alive, and at a good distance away from her to be noticed. Mist Village, several minutes later. Next, said a fair-skinned attractive woman. I just got this position a month ago and I'm already getting bored with it. The woman thought. She has green eyes, an ankle-length, auburn hair styled into a herringbone pattern at the back, a top knot tied with a dark blue band, and with 4 bangs at the front. TW. Bangs are short, with one covering her right eye, and 2 are long, crossing each other on her bust, just below her chin. She wears a long-sleeved, dark blue dress that falls just below the knees. It seems to be closed at the front with a zipper, and is kept open on the front right side from the down. The dress only covers up to the upper part of her arms and the underside of her breasts. Underneath, she wears a mesh armor that covers slightly more of her up than her dress. She also wears a skirt in the same color as her dress and, underneath those, mesh leggings reaching down over her knees. Around her waist, she wears with a pouch attached to the back on the left along with high-heeled sandals, shin guards reaching up over her knees, dark blue nail polish on her fingers and toes. As she said that, the person entered the room. It was one of her guards. Lady Mizukage, someone tried to sneak into the village. We have them surrounded right now. Guard. The woman's bored expression turned serious. Lead me to them, she demanded and put on the Mizukage cap. The guard nodded and began to leave the office with her. Near Kurigakure's gates. It's quite daring of you to return and reveal yourselves, especially with added support, said one of the Jonin as he held a katana. The intruders cursed at their luck. Damn it, they thought in unison. The Mizukage finally caught on to them, and now they're going to die. Hold it, said a feminine voice. The Jonin stopped what they were doing and let their leader pass, and the intruders were surprised to see who it was, led along glad. These are the intruders, Lady Mizukage, said the Jonin that was with her. Hey lava lady, said a familiar voice. The Mizukage's serious expression turned into shock after hearing that nickname and remembered whose voice that was. Naruto. Haku. Mizu. Gozu. What are you geisher? Asked the Mizukage. Long story. We would rather not explain it here, said Mizu as he looked at the Jonins. I see you've made Mizukage lava lady, said Naruto with a smile. The Mizukage smiles at that and grabs Naruto's shoulder. Suddenly, Haku, Mizu and Gozu slide away from Naruto, already knowing where this is going. You know, even if it has been 2 years, I'm still not pleased with that nickname, said the Mizukage, keeping her smile and adding pressure to her grip. Naruto's face turns white. Why yes ma'am sorry, said Naruto. Haku, Mizu and Gozu chuckled at the scene, even she scares Zabuza. The Jonins were now shocked. Does she know them? They thought in unison. She turned to her Jonin. Stand down and let them through, she said. Recovering from their shock, they nodded and let the team enter the village. A distant away from Kurigakure. While this was happening, Sai and 2 more Anbu were observing the scene. Why didn't we caught up to them and took them out? One of them asked. Because that wasn't our real mission. Lord Danzo had a suspicion, and this proves it, said Sai. We're going back to report this. The other 2 nodded and headed back to Konoha. Days later, under Konoha. So, I was correct, said Danzo, looking at Sai and the other root members. Lord Danzo, mind if I ask, sir, But what was the purpose of this mission? He asked. To find out their upcoming location. If there were no consequences for their intrusion into the Mizukage village, it suggests a connection between them and the Mizukage. Works in our favor. It provides us with sufficient justification to engage in war with the Mist Village for withholding what is rightfully ours. Moreover, I am aware of the 3 Tai. Absence of a host, and we can locate the 6 tails Jinchuriki and replace them with one of our own. If we have 3 powerful tailed beasts by our side, we would have the strength to overpower our adversaries, said Danzo. All 3 root members nodded. This was a well thought out plan. Now I hope Hiruzen will do his role as Hokage, so you all have another mission to complete. Spread the rumors. Naruto Uzumaki, the demon brat, has returned to Konoha. Danzo. Yes, Lord Danzo. The root members said. As for you, Sai, you have a different mission, said Danzo, and Sai nodded.